Hello, welcome back to part 2 of a two-part series where we'll be taking your app and turning it into a revenue-generating template on NodeOps. In part 1, we Dockerized our app and published it to Docker Hub. Today, we'll be taking that Docker image and submitting it to NodeOps. First, let's go to Docker Hub to check if our image is there. Yes, it's there, published 1 minute ago. Then we'll go into NodeOps, go under My Template, and then come into the right and click Create Template. Once here, you're going to upload an icon for your template. I'm going to use todo.png, and then I'm going to give it a name, and a description and an overview. And some use cases for your app. And that's all that's required for this page. Down below, you can also add a tutorial link, your GitHub, Twitter, and Telegram. Even though it's not required, it is highly recommended. The more information you give, the more the public knows how and when to use your app. When you're ready, click Next. Okay, and now we're going to submit the YAML for our template. Remember, at any time, if you want to take a pause or a break, you can always go on the top right and save this as a draft and come back later. Now, NodeOps uses a custom YAML configuration. Right off the bat, there's a sample that's provided here for you, and you can go ahead and preview what that looks like. The comments are very helpful, describing what each line does. I'll highlight that the most important part for me would be line number 9, which is the image that your Docker, which is your Docker image. And then if you scroll down to environment variables, if your app has any dynamic variables that you want the user when they're deploying to have, you'll put them under curly braces. If they're static, you would just place them here like this. And then under resource usages, you would set your CPU and memory, set these numbers too low, then your app will crash. And if it's too high, then anybody who deploys your app in the future may be overpaying. Now, whenever you're ready, you can come down here and send it for review. You can also set your template to private. If you toggle it to private, then you can just immediately save your template. When it's private, only the owner can deploy it. If you set it to public, it goes in through a review process with NodeOps, and once it's approved, it gets published as a community template. Once it's a community template, which you will find under here, that means anybody can deploy your template. Mine is sitting over here. Anytime someone deploys your template, you get 20% of the revenue. And that's it. I hope you build something cool. Let me know how it goes and start earning revenue. Bye.